Hello.
How are you today?
Good.
It's hump day, right? Yeah, it's hump
Is
day.
it?
I
Oh yeah,
I
yeah.
lost
Monday.
track of the days this week.
So did I. I'm not gonna
Okay.
lie.
All right. Well. Welcome everybody to the commentary zone. Today we are talking about Extreme Sisters season 1, episode 2. Me, my sister, and my mister. As you come into the room, please don't forget to give us a thumbs up. Hit that subscribe button, notification bell, and most importantly, tell a friend. Okay, Jamal. We
Hmm.
had 4 sets of sisters on this episode. 3 we already met last week, and we've got a new set of sisters, Christina and Jessica. Who do you want to start with? Brooke, Bailey, Lucy and Anna, and Patrice and Patrika.
Let's start with Patrice and Patrika because we called this on last episode. So.
Okay, so basically, they're on this weight loss journey, preparing to go for their move to Orlando, and the sisters
Hmm.
are like doing a walking thing or something, and Patrice is really coming in strong on Patrika to actually leave her family and move to Orlando with her. Like, this is so strange.
Hmm. It
Who
is
thinks
strange.
this
That
is
was like
normal?
because it was what we this is what we thought of that was it Patrika? Which one is the one that stayed behind to help her sister out? I always get them confused. I'm so sorry.
Okay, Patrika is the one that's married with the kids,
Okay, so
and Patrice is the one that is single and wants to move to Orlando.
okay, perfect. Okay, I did have them right. Okay, so
Yeah.
Patrice is exactly what we said it was. Like, she felt like I gave up my life for you. Like, I missed on a lot of things for you. So now it's my turn. Hey, Susan.
Hey, Susan.
So that's
Hey,
what it
Black
was.
Lavender.
So that's what it was. That's and we called this last episode like because we all felt to chat include like Patrice has been holding this in against her sister as kind of a weapon to get what she
Hmm.
wants, and now she's gonna play it, and it just came out sooner than we expected.
I don't think that's fair because nobody forced you
Agreed.
to stall your life. I'm sure you've been dating all these years. You just didn't find the one. Not everybody
Mhm.
finds the one, or they might have found the one and it just wasn't right place, right time. I don't think it's fair of Patrice to put this on Patricia because at least one of you is happy and has a family. You keep pushing this narrative, I think both of you will wind up alone just in Orlando. I don't
Right.
know.
I just don't understand the big deal with Orlando. I mean, because here's the thing: everything that's positive about Orlando happened for Patrika. So I'm
Mhm.
not understanding why it's such a magical place. I mean, unless you're hoping to move to Orlando, you'll find your Mr. Right. Like, so those things will happen for you in Orlando. But I'm like, well, that doesn't make any sense because they're married in where are they? Are they they're in Atlanta?
They're in
No?
they're Georgia.
Georgia, right?
They're
Yeah, yeah.
Georgia,
Okay.
yeah.
Right, right. So yeah, I'm like, so I don't understand why you would put that on your sister. Why not move by yourself, create your own identity, like do for yourself now? I mean, your sister's grown. She got 3 kids,
Yeah,
three,
yeah.
almost three, 2 teenagers, one almost teenager, a whole husband, married 20 years. I mean, like
Hmm.
she's good now. You don't have to like take care of her. And also, another thing is this: as soon as she got married, you should have been gone and living your life. Because now
Yeah.
she has a husband to take care of her and maybe do the things that you used to do 20 years. So
Hmm.
you're telling me you've been quote unquote protecting your sister for her whole 20 years of marriage. I'm gonna need you to stop that. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
To me, it's your fault.
It doesn't make any sense. And then she has the audacity to say that she's 48 and fears growing old with no man or kids. I can comfortably tell you based on my own experience, um, unless you're adopting, I do not think the reproductive organs are in your favor. So just take on your three nephews as your kids and prepare your will accordingly. There is still hope to find a man. I feel you self-sabotage
Mm-hmm.
so that you could continue playing this guilt trip on your sister in one form or fashion, whether it's Orlando or some other nonsense. You continuously play a guilt trip on your sister by reminding
Mm-hmm.
her of how many things that you gave up for her. Nobody told you to give them up for her. Least of
Mm-mm.
all, your sister did not tell you to give them up for her. Sorry.
Yeah, you did it all on your own. Congratulations for being stupid, and you need to get over that and keep it moving.
Well, I wouldn't. I would say congratulations on being a sister, but like you said, once this sister that you always thought you had to protect got married to an actual healthy male, um, he could have taken over those duties, and you could have went out and started doing your own thing. And if she is so gung ho about going to Orlando, this is the time to go out on your own. You've been tied to your sister for your entire life. How about just living Patrick's life and not Patrika's life, too?
Right,
Just
but I
saying.
think, yeah, I totally agree. But I still go back to the point, like, she made that choice.
Yeah.
And when you make those choices, to me, I see getting your sister through the tough years, particularly the school years, because school
Mm-hmm.
kids are cruel.
Mm-hmm.
But where I call her stupid is when you don't realize that, like, she has a man now. She has a whole husband to take care of her. You should have been on with your life. So that's why I call her stupid, and
Yeah.
I stand by that. I mean, because you did this all to yourself, and you can't look back now and say, like, well, we made these plans together, and like it's time for you to do this for me and convince your husband. I'm like, what? What? Convince your husband?
See, I think this is a flawed storyline. I think this is something that they went through almost 30 years ago
Mhm.
when Patrika's husband first came in the picture.
Mhm.
And Patrika's husband had to convince Patrice that he would be the one to take care of her moving forward. I think this is all stunts. I really do. I cannot believe that this is a for real situation right now and they're whole 48 years old. No.
Yeah.
Sorry.
That's fair. No, it's completely fair.
It just seems a little too juvenile in the thinking part. And I don't think that these women think that juvenile. Like, it just
Mm,
doesn't make sense to me as a rational, over 48-year-old individual.
no, I get it.
Yeah.
You're right.
Hello, Trey. Hello, the NYC Indian. Anyone else join us? Oh, we've got a nice little cozy bunch today. Yay. Okay. Yes, Black Lavender, the Australian twins are weird. Um, hold on. What's this? I think it's selfish of Patrika to expect Patrick's entire family to share their sister dream and be willing to move on a whim. Yeah, I think it's a bit selfish as well. Um, but again, this should be a time that that single sister be able to live her own life. Mind you, she
Right.
should have done it almost 30 years ago, but I
Mhm.
think it's time for her to just go out on her own and see what it's like to just be her,
I
you
have
know?
been dipped out. I'm sorry.
Well, yeah, but I think that's us.
Probably.
That's us. Um, Patrika goes home and talks to her husband, Ron. I wrote down his name. Okay, Ron. And she brings up the Orlando mess again. And Ron says clearly he usually doesn't get involved between the sisters' mess. That's for them. But this one time, you know, he realizes that but Patrika is trying to make everybody happy, but she's not going to be able to do that. You can never make everybody happy.
Mm-mm.
So then he suggests finding Patrick's man
Mm-hmm.
so that they can stall.
Oh yeah, perfect. Perfect, because if she finds a good man, she's not gonna want to leave.
But I'm sure they've done this before. Like
Maybe they haven't. Maybe they need to like set her up a Tinder account or a Bumble or Christian Mingle. One of those people. Help her out.
Seeking Farmers, was it Farmer Life? What
One of those people. Find her
set her
somebody.
up on all of them.
Mm-hmm.
But this would be her luck. That she gets like matched to someone like Chris from Married at First Sight. My
Oof.
God.
That'll be horrible. I
But
mean,
it would be funny.
she can go on Married at First Sight. She can apply.
Does our Married at First Sight do like older couples? I know
I mean,
Australia does.
I don't know. I mean, they can give it a shot. They could be a pioneer.
I would like to see her on Married at First Sight. That'd be hilarious.
Yeah. That way,
Like
you know.
actually,
Yeah.
no, go ahead, go ahead.
Yeah, she can move to a city that's doing it, just strike out her own, and just get married at first sight. Like she can move to Boston or something, and they can just match her up there.
Well, producers, listen to our script suggestions, our plotline suggestions. Okay, anything else with them or
With these, now we can move on.
okay. Brooke and Bailey, Lucy and Anna, Christina and Jessica.
Brooke and Bailey, because their situation is just dumb.
I did like that was their mom, right? That they went to go and see.
Yes.
I did like the common sense advice that she gave them. And I'm not sure why Bailey is so needy. It's
I have
annoying.
no clue. Now Bailey's the younger sister or the older sister?
Yes, the younger one.
Yeah,
Brooke is the older one that's married.
because I don't think it's so much of Bailey being needy. It's just she's used to Brooke always being there, taking care of her, or her mom. Like you remember, I don't think she's ever really had a job. If I recall,
Right.
people have always done things for her and
Mm-hmm.
taking care of her. And in her mind, she's like, "Well, this is my sister. Like, she's supposed to take care of me."
Well, where I thought it was needy, right, was like when Bailey was saying, "Well, I just don't understand. Where am I supposed to fit? Like I can't live with my boyfriend. Now, I can't live with Brooke. I don't want to live at home with you, Mom. Like where am I supposed to go? Well, grow up, get a job and move out."
Hmm.
Like she's over 21, right?
She's 21. Yeah.
Okay. Um, and here's the thing. Trey says, I don't understand why Bailey can sleep in another bedroom. They're making things way too difficult. I don't understand why Bailey would want to sleep in the bed with her sister's husband. And I don't understand why Brooke would allow even her sister to be in the same bed with her and her husband. Like you just inviting trouble.
Hmm.
I'm sorry. I'm not fit. I knew what you meant, Trey. I knew what you meant. I agree with you. Okay, I know it's your sister, but how many times have we seen shows where sisters backstab other sisters over men? Sorry. These girls look sweet and adorable, and I'm not suggesting that, but why lay temptation in front of your husband? I don't know.
I mean, it
It's
doesn't
just
matter
very
how
odd.
it is. It's just weird. And if you're gonna pick a plot line, why go with this one?
Yeah. Yeah. I don't think it's an abnormal request for you to just want to only sleep with your wife.
Right. And Suzanne said what we said last week. Was the husband wakes up and reaches for his wife and gets Bailey instead? Yes, Suzanne. We said this
Mhm.
last week. Yeah, that's because the girl the sister's in the middle, not the wife.
Yes. It's not cute. It's not adorable. It's just odd. It's just odd. Um, okay, so anything else with those two? I like their mom.
Yeah,
Um,
Mama's cool.
I would like to see more with her. Um, I don't understand why she can't go back home and live with mom if she wants to figure it out. That's what your
She doesn't
parents
want
are
to.
there for.
She doesn't want to. She doesn't want to. That's the whole
Well,
different
then
story.
you
She
know
doesn't.
what? Denver doesn't want you in his marital bed. How about that?
Right.
You know, I think you are like laying out demands and you have no reason to be doing it.
There's so many things she could do. That's my frustration with her. Like, okay, you could go to Chick-fil-A, get you a job. You can go to like the local Del Taco, and get a job. I mean, you could do Uber Eats and DoorDash. There's a lot of things you could do to make money that would be convenient for you. That way you can move on your own if you don't want to abide by people's rules. When you live in people's um homes and are not contributing any sort of way, then you kind of have
Mhm.
to understand. And I'm sorry, sleeping in a separate room from your sister in a different bed than her and her husband is not too big of a request, in my opinion.
And picking up your dirty underwear from all over their common areas is not a big request either. Why are your dirty underwear anywhere outside of the hamper in your room?
He better than me because I just throwing your stuff away, and you just been mad.
Well, true, because if it's dirty, it goes in the
Yeah,
garbage.
sure does.
Sorry. Okay, so next, Lucy and Anna.
Yeah. Mm, they're um.
This tooth
My problem with them,
situation.
my problem with them is they're not really entertaining me. They have no antics. Like, and forgive me for saying this, I never thought I would, but I'd rather watch Darcy and Stacy than watch them. I really would, because Darcy Darcy and Stacy are about the antics, are about the shenanigans, and are the stunt queens of TLC. I'll watch that, but Anna and Lucy, they're just trying to be like serious. I'm like, but your
I
storyline's
don't
not
even
serious.
think it's serious. Here's my issue with them. They're trying so hard to be exactly the same as the other that they're almost robotic. And poor thing, the D-size batteries in these two robots are going dead.
Hmm.
And it's just like boring and like the
Yeah,
record is stuck on a scratch. And nothing they do makes sense to any rational individual. At
right.
this point, I would rather see their mom and Ben get together and leave those two to the curb.
Yeah, because there's no, like I said before, there's no antics. There's no shenanigans like you expect
Mhm.
from twins, especially if you're gonna act this way.
Yeah, it's just, they're a whole lot odd. So they've gone past the tooth thing. I can't remember which one, but the one with the bad tooth, she's just going to keep it in and take antibiotics, so that the other one with healthy teeth doesn't have to pull out her tooth because they want to remain the same. And now they have moved on to the situation of trying to get pregnant at the same time with Ben. And he says the most commonsensical thing of their whole segment. He tells them that they can't control everything.
Yeah, right. And Trey says, I think they are stunt queens. That they are behaving this way for exam. I could go
Mhm.
with that, Trey, but I need, if you're gonna be stunt queens, I need shenanigans. I just need the shenanigans because if you, when I think of stunt queens, I think of like the Kenya Moores just doing all the shows, just pulling out all the stops, like doing all the antics, all the shenanigans, and they're just trying to be the same. To me, that's not
It's not a
shenanigans. That's just,
stunt.
it's not
Yeah.
a stunt.
I don't think they understand that though.
Yeah.
It doesn't come across as very interesting.
Now, if they were smart, good stunt queens, what you were supposed to do, you were supposed to ensure that you both got pregnant on the same day before you came onto the show. That would have been a fantastic stunt. But you just can't come on like, oh, well, my sister has to have her tooth pulled, and then I have to have my teeth pulled. Yeah, that's not. No, no.
Yeah.
You need to come. You gonna come on the show and doing this? Do the most.
Hey,
Do the most.
paranormal witch. Um,
Or what you do,
yeah.
you come on a show and one gets pregnant one day, conceives one day, the other one conceives the next day. I mean, you guys have been on shows before. You've been on reality TV, so you kind of know how it works. I expected much better out of these twins. I really did.
Honestly, Jamal, I don't think they're capable of it. I think your expectations are way above what they're capable of giving.
Well, yeah. I mean, I see that now, but it's just like when you look at them, you're like, okay, this is about to be a
Mhm.
trip. And y'all share a boyfriend, this is going to be good. And your mama living with you, oh, this is a perfect setup. And this is what you give me.
Yeah.
I'm disappointed. I'm disappointed with them. Do
They
better.
need a good, you know who they need? They need Gina. That lady that managed June, Mama June, and now
Mhm.
is managing Angela.
Mhm.
Like they need a manager like that. Somebody real
Mhm.
ratchet.
See, Trey's on it. I like to see them schedule their C sections for the same day, and then one going to labor early, throw the entire plan out. See, they just did like I said, my plan would have been perfect. Get pregnant before you come on the show at the same time, because you can make that happen, but it's easy. But
Mm-hmm.
yeah, they didn't think this through. That's all.
Hi,
Hey, got to do
Gatatua. Okay, so anything else from these two?
yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so on to the newest set of sisters that we're meeting, Christina and Jessica. Um, both of them are divorced. Um, we saw one of their ex-husbands. I think it's Christina's ex-husband.
I thought Christina.
Yeah. And Christina's the one with the longer
Yes.
hair.
Mhm.
All right, and Jessica or Jess, she's the one with the shorter hair.
Mhm.
Um, Christina seems to have a good relationship with her ex-husband. I can't remember which one has two kids and which one has one kid, but there's three kids between the two sisters.
Mhm.
They live in separate houses, but it seems like they're always over at one or the other's
Mhm.
house overnight.
Always.
Um, yeah. Mike is the ex-husband of Christina. I just found his name. Um, Christina also has a brand new boyfriend named John, and he's 24. How old are Christina and Jessica?
I
I
could have
don't
sworn.
remember.
I thought they were. I thought Christina was 37. That's what I thought.
Okay. Why is she going after somebody so young? I don't get it. I just don't. And we get a little backstory on why they're so close. They say that their mom basically wasn't present when they were young. They had six stepdads and four last names when they were younger, which made them like they were the only thing that was constant in their lives, each sister for the other. So I can see how that could draw them together, and they are also psychic
Right.
and
One
have
of
a
them's
business
37.
online.
One of them is 37.
Well, they're twins because remember
They're
they said they
twins.
were
That's
in
what
the
I thought.
womb together. Yeah, so
Together.
they're both. Yeah, so they're 37, and John is 24.
That just never do that. Sorry.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. No. 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 Like I just. Mm, yeah. Because you're almost 40. He's in his early 20s. I mean, it's gonna be fun for maybe 6 months to a year.
Okay, so Trey says these two irked me beyond explanation. The whole straddle pooping in sync, I just cannot get past. And Jessica is way too dramatic. Yes,
Yeah, no.
Jessica was going into a full on meltdown, all because Christina did not want to tell John yet
Hmm.
that they have this psychic
Hmm.
capability in business.
And he's 24. Like, you have to understand, like, that's is we're in this generation of question everything. So
But it's
you
a
don't
new relationship. You
right.
don't need to vomit your entire history.
Mm-mm.
She
No.
was, you know how she was behaving? Almost as if Christina was trying to hide her instead of just the psychic
Right.
capability. It was just
Mm-hmm.
a little bit too much for me.
And she was trying to do the most for no
Mhm.
reason. And then, like, when they go to the barbecue, she was just doing too much. Like, I'm having a panic attack. I'm like, I'm sorry. If we're going to a barbecue and there's gonna be some good food, I'm just going for the food. I'm sorry. It is what it is. And then
Yeah.
you go in, and for me, I'm not sure if anyone else feels this way. When you go into someone's home, you're always respectful and you avoid all conflict.
But she came full of conflict.
Yeah,
It
you
was
just
oozing
don't
off
do
of her.
that. And he was telling her, he's like, I don't not like you. He's like, what it is that you don't like me for some reason, which is fair. It's fair for him to feel that way because she's disliking him simply for dating her sister. For that's all. That's all it really comes down to.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because I think she said it that since Christina started dating John, she doesn't sleep over anymore.
Well, of course not, because she got something to
Mm,
sleep on top of or under. I mean, like why
I
would
know.
why would she like? I'm like, let's be honest. Like, would she rather sleep with you or sleep with John? I'm gonna go
Yeah,
with John at this point. I'm sorry, he got a motorcycle. He's young. He seems nice. I mean,
like Christina's getting her groove back.
and I like Christina a lot. I mean, for me, I gravitated to her right away because she's not so dramatic, and she
Mhm.
makes a lot of sense. Like, she's very thoughtful. I could see Jessica. I could see Christina running for student council while Jessica was in drama and theater in
Mhm.
high school because she was doing way the mostest for no reason. And how dare you go into this man's home? Was it at his house or Christina's place? Christina's right because he's moving in.
They're
Am I
moving
right?
in together. They said that at the end that they're moving in
Hmm.
together, but I'm not sure whose house that was.
Okay,
I'm thinking maybe it's Christina's.
because she knew how to get there right away. It would seem like she knew where she
Yes.
was going. Okay,
Yeah.
I just don't
Um,
feel like you do that.
well, here's the thing. I like John is a bit smarter than I'm giving him credit for because he goes, when what's her name? Jess was throwing out all that nonsense about how, let's just lay it all on the table and say exactly who we are. And he made a comment that said, maybe Christina, maybe the real Christina is the one she is when she's not around you.
Hmm. I agree.
And I yes, they've been together since the womb, but there's no reason why you can't find out who you are as an individual without your womb mate.
Yeah, because I definitely enjoy Christina way more than Jessica, and that's just due to Jessica. No, that's due to Christina's sensibility. And that's pretty much it. It's just her sensibility. I'm like, okay, I get you, I understand. You make a lot of sense. Where Jessica's all everything's always to the most.
Do you notice that Mike said that it was a package deal with the sisters? I feel like it was also the reason for their marriage ending
Hmm.
because he didn't know how to handle the package deal.
Yes, and think of the package deal with someone like Jessica. That's that can wear on you. Her
Yeah.
personality type is one you take in doses. Like, when I say doses, I mean I see you every major holiday. Major holiday.
Like Easter and Christmas only.
Thanksgiving.
Oh, I keep forgetting that. Okay.
Yeah. Like,
But
yeah.
Thanksgiving and Christmas are so close together. I think that could be a toss up for someone like Jessica.
Okay, I can go with that.
Yeah.
So if you have to deal with her personality pretty much all the time because you were married to Christina, I would leave too, because you're not gonna make someone pick between their family, particularly their twin sister, over you. It's not. It's just not gonna happen.
Wow. Well, these two should be interesting. I want to know more about their little psychic business. I want to get confirmed on where, like what house uh John is moving into. If that
Hmm.
was his house or if that's Christina's house, they're getting someplace on their own. I think this relationship is moving a little bit too fast, but
Exactly.
Christina has found something in John, probably an escape from Jess and her personality that she has long been craving.
Which is a problem because when you do things, when you enter relationships or progress relationships faster than they should due to you running away from someone else,
Mhm.
it doesn't work out well
And
because it's
she's
not.
hiding stuff from Jess because she hasn't told her about them moving in together. So she's just hiding things from everybody
From
concerned.
everybody. It's because she's trying to make everyone happy and not trying to hurt anyone's feelings and not trying to upset the apple cart. Well, that's exactly what you're doing because you are hiding things. It's just better to be straightforward and honest and get out the way versus going through all the shenanigans.
Do you think this is how Jess behaved with Mike, Christina's first
Yes,
husband?
I could see her inserting herself in the relationship like 100%. No doubt about it. Because she feels, how can I put this the right way? I feel that Jessica feels that she has a right to every part of Christina's life. She seems very
Mm.
entitled to that information, and when she doesn't hear everything, she gets upset. Whereas Christina is more comfortable doing things on her own, living her life, things of that nature.
But in
Christina,
secret.
yeah, Christina, but it's in secret because she's not trying to hurt Jessica because she knows how her sister is, and that's the thing. Like she's more accommodating. Like she's the one who always make the concessions.
So
She'll do whatever.
she's the submissive twin, and Jessica is the dominant twin.
Christina's more the mom twin. I could see in any situation coming up, Christina's the one who takes care of everything and takes care of everybody. She's the To me, she strikes me as the emotional support of Jessica to the point of
Mhm.
she mothers her. Because they really didn't have that, so it's more in her nature to do that. Whereas
Hmm.
Jessica is the one who is like out there doing her thing, but wants that bond to always stay there. Jessica wants to do things her way. Jessica wants things her way, basically. Whereas Christina
Mhm.
wants what's best for everybody.
Interesting.
So basically, you could just say Jessica's the more selfish twin, in
I
in
was just thinking here, like
in
she's
shorter
just a
form.
selfish cow.
Yes.
Well, okay. Well, they are interesting. Now, this twin dynamic I find interesting, even though it could be scripted as well. I find it a wee bit more interesting than the Australian twins. So Down Under, take note of Christina and Jessica. They're a whole
Oh,
lot more interesting as twins than you are.
it's because Jessica's a stunt. Jessica's bringing out all the stunts. That's why. That's
Mm.
that's what it is. Jessica's bringing all the stunts and shows, like the over dramatic sizing of everything. Like the oh my god, this is not. She's giving us what we expect from the Australian twins.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, guys. Well, this was. Oh, anything more to say on any of the sisters in the show? Did we miss
Um,
anything?
no, but I do want to see if possible. I do want to see the Christina and Jess do an actual tarot reading. I
We
would love to see
saw
that.
kind of like a
But I want to see the
brief,
actual reading. I want to see the
yeah.
actual reading and how they do their thing versus other um tarot readers. Because I do follow Aphrodite on YouTube, and
Uh-huh.
he's really good.
Does he show his cards?
Yes,
See, because the one
yes,
that I went to did not. And remember, I told you that was one of my
yes,
biggest peeves because
yes.
if you're reading my cards, why can't I read them with you?
So Aphrodite, he's really good. He's on YouTube.
Hmm.
Let me just type it in here. No, I can't
Yes,
type
please
it.
do.
Let me
You
give me two
can't.
seconds. Give me 2 seconds. Sorry, guys. But he just like this whole for example, this whole James Charles situation. He like predicted this last year.
Nuh-uh.
Yeah,
Gosh.
and
Oh, speaking.
everybody like
Hmm. Go ahead.
everybody like went crazy. Like oh my god, he like totally predicted this and like yeah no yeah it was insane that he was pretty on point.
Okay, so guys, I know yesterday we said we were gonna do like our little news show at 3 p.m. today, but I didn't realize that The Real Housewives of New York City was premiering last night. So we kind of bumped the news show to tomorrow so that we could talk about Real Housewives of New York City from last night. Um, I also heard, I think Trey told us that tonight Maths is going to be pull
We don't
it's
have to
just
watch it
gonna be,
basically.
yeah.
Yes.
So,
Yes.
so we have to figure out a show for tomorrow. So we'll figure it out.
Yeah, we might do maybe we can do probably could do the reunions together tomorrow. That would make
What
sense.
what reunions?
Atlanta and Dallas.
Okay.
We can do the reunion shows to fill the gap.
Well, we'll talk about it
Yeah, we'll talk
because
about
that will cause me to create a thumbnail now.
it.
Okay. No, but need to ask what you think about the Snowden drama. The
That's a whole
Snowden,
mess.
yeah.
That's a whole mess.
Uh, oof. That's messy. I feel bad for Crystalline and her daughters that they had to go through anything that scared them or was violent in any way to them so far away from home. I hope that whatever happened, the appropriate parties will be called, to the carpet, and
Mhm.
some sort of accountability or justice will be served for whatever injured party there is. And I do hope that Crystalline and her children can get back home to family where they can be supported and loved as they deserve. That's it. But I do want to hear what Taylor has to say. Bit by bit, what's her name? Vanessa is saying more as
Mhm.
well. Um, so I just be very, very interested. My understanding, it was the restraining order was dismissed due to some text messages that were presented. Um, and that's why I hope she can get back home because okay, you brought these charges this time and they were dismissed. Don't be in the vicinity for something else to happen. Just go back home where you have the love and support of your family at
Mhm.
this time.
That's the most important thing is her to get back home with her kids, and that's just my opinion on this particular situation.
Yeah. Yeah, it's one thing if she was here by herself, but the kids were exposed to it. So that's
Mhm.
my
That's the
biggest
thing.
concern. Yeah, those two little girls. I think it's time to head back home. Oh, she did go back home. Good. Good. All righty. Uh, so at the the top of the hour, 3 o'clock Eastern, 12 p.m. Pacific. We will be talking about The Real Housewives of New York City, season 13, episode 1, Back in the Big Apple. So hope you guys can come and visit with us then. Jamal, any final thoughts?
I think we're good at this point.
Okay, so until next time.
Of course.
Bye.
Bye.